Li Fan chose to remain there and wait for him. For the moment, he wanted to see exactly where Zhao Er intended to transport all the treasures he had gathered. Viewing everything through the perspective of heaven and earth, Li Fan watched the flying boat race northward for 2 entire days before finally reaching a vast and desolate expanse of empty sea. Not a single island could be seen anywhere in the surrounding waters. Only one enormous, perfectly straight stone pillar stood alone amid the sea. The central portion of the pillar appeared to have been hollowed out, with several small chambers carefully carved into its interior. Zhao Er brought his flying boat down atop the stone pillar and painstakingly carried every single item into one of the chambers. Li Fan noticed that several other rooms, including the one before him, were already neatly packed with similar objects. The patterns, craftsmanship, and designs covering them all shared the exact same style as the items Zhao Er had only recently purchased. Clearly, he had been gathering these things for a very long time. After lovingly admiring and handling his precious treasures for some time, Zhao Er reluctantly returned to his flying boat and began his journey back toward Yelan Island. Behind him, the towering stone pillars slowly descended, gradually disappearing beneath the surface of the sea. 2 days later, outside the Tianbao Pavilion, a furtive-looking Zhao Er secretly stared at Ying as she sorted through the treasures, practically drooling at the sight. His eyes overflowed with naked greed as he quietly muttered to himself. So it really is the legendary treasure-attuned body. With this girl helping me, gathering artifacts from that place will become much easier. Suddenly, a voice sounded directly beside his ear. Where exactly is that place? Zhao Er shuddered violently in alarm and instinctively tried to react, but to his horror, he discovered that his entire body had been completely immobilized in an instant, leaving him unable to move even a single muscle. Come, let's go to your home and have a proper chat. A mysterious figure, whose aura was completely concealed, silently appeared behind him. The next instant, Zhao Er felt himself being lifted like a helpless chick before soaring high into the sky. They flew at astonishing speed toward a location that was painfully familiar to him. Zhao Er's heart instantly turned cold with dread. The mysterious figure had not been lying. He truly knew the exact location of Zhao Er's hidden base. Merely imagining all the treasures he had painstakingly collected over countless years falling into another person's hands made Zhao Er's heart ache so fiercely that he could barely breathe. To him, such a fate felt even worse than death itself. The mysterious figure flew with terrifying speed, crossing the entire distance to Zhao Er's concealed base in barely more than a single day. Just as Zhao Er finally regained control over his body, he heard the man speak in a calm and even voice. Well? Aren't you going to invite me inside? Zhao Er shuddered once again, and an instinctive impulse to resist immediately surged within him. But after considering the other party's unfathomable strength, that impulse quickly faded away. Feeling that icy gaze slowly sweeping across his body, Zhao Er could only speak with a miserable expression. Yes, Senior. He then raised his hands and formed the hand seal. And with a deep rumble, an enormous stone pillar slowly rose from beneath the seabed. Zhao Er lowered his head in complete dejection. Senior, this way please. Li Fan calmly swept his divine sense across the surrounding area. After spending more than a year studying the jade slip, he was no longer completely ignorant when it came to arrays. Inside the stone pillar, there were merely a few simple arrays designed for water manipulation and dust purification, with absolutely no trace of any offensive formations. Even so, Li Fan did not lower his guard in the slightest. He first activated a protective talisman before calmly following Zhao Er inside. Zhao Er led Li Fan into a comparatively spacious chamber. He mumbled, forcing each word from his mouth with visible difficulty. Senior, please sit. Li Fan leisurely took his seat, calmly observing Zhao Er's deathly pale face. Do I really need to question you myself? Or will you honestly confess everything on your own? Zhao Er opened his mouth as though wanting to speak, yet in the end, he could only force out a smile even uglier than crying. Senior, I truly don't know what I'm supposed to confess. Li Fan let out a cold snort, and once again activated his insect-binding divine ability. Zhao Er was instantly restrained once more, controlling the blue flame phantom spirit. Li Fan sent a clearly visible wave of freezing air slithering across the floor like an icy blue serpent, the moment it crawled onto Zhao Er's body. Both of Zhao Er's lower limbs were immediately sealed solid beneath layers of blue ice crystals. Li Fan spoke with seemingly genuine curiosity. I wonder whether someone at your cultivation level can still recover after their body shatters into countless frozen fragments. A faint flicker of fear flashed through Zhao Er's eyes, but he swiftly suppressed it. He revealed not the slightest intention of begging for mercy. Instead, he appeared determined to remain unyielding even when standing face to face with death. Li Fan could clearly tell that Zhao Er did not seem to be pretending. Interesting. Li Fan smiled faintly. Grabbing Zhao Er, he carried him directly into the adjacent storage chamber. Zhao Er's eyes instantly filled with overwhelming terror. My, the items stored here truly seem extraordinary. You must have invested an enormous amount of effort into collecting them, Li Fan remarked, casually running his hand across the ancient objects. Crash. As his fingers brushed against the ceramic bowl, he deliberately knocked it from its place and sent it crashing onto the floor. How terribly careless of me, I accidentally broke it, Li Fan said with feigned regret. Crash. Yet another delicate piece of porcelain shattered against the ground. Furious flames immediately ignited within Zhao Er's eyes as he glared viciously at Li Fan, as though desperately wishing he could slice the man into 1,000 pieces. However, as one fragile antiquity after another was destroyed right before his helpless eyes, the emotion within Zhao Er's gaze gradually transformed from fury into heartache, from heartache into panic, and finally from panic into desperate pleading. But while he continued to weep, Zhao Er suddenly realized something strange. The shattered fragments that had been lying in his hands had vanished completely. He remained restrained, standing inside the exact same room as before. Everything that had just happened had been nothing more than an illusion. A ghostly voice suddenly whispered beside his ear. Do you understand now what you ought to confess? Zhao Er shuddered violently, chilled to the bone by Li Fan's terrifying ability to manipulate his mind and emotions. I'll tell you everything, he stammered, his entire body trembling uncontrollably, terrified that Li Fan might truly destroy the precious collection he had spent his entire life gathering. He stammered. The reason I have devoted my entire lifetime to collecting these ancient artifacts is because of a secret I discovered long ago, back when I was still nothing more than an ordinary mortal. A secret buried deep beneath the dust of forgotten history. It seems that the Tsongyan Sea was once home to an ancient civilization that has long since vanished. Zhao Erbao's expression gradually turned solemn, his eyes narrowing slightly as though he were recalling memories from an unimaginably distant past. The artifacts left behind by this civilization possess an exceptionally distinctive style, completely unlike those belonging to any other historical period within the Tsongyan Sea. Every single ancient object stored inside this hidden base of mine originated from that lost civilization. Li Fan slowly nodded his head. What exactly is so special about this civilization? These items certainly appear ancient, but every one of them seems to be nothing more than an ordinary mundane object. They shouldn't possess much value to a chi refinement cultivator like yourself, Zhao Erbao quietly replied. The objects themselves indeed possess almost no value at all. What is truly valuable is the mysterious residual power still lingering upon them. Senior, are you aware that countless architectural ruins lie scattered throughout the depths of the Tsongyan Sea? He asked, abruptly shifting the subject of their conversation entirely.